way towards the man of God. And say, Lord, speak a word for me. I receive everything that you give this man. Speak, preach in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Praise him and you receive it. Come on and praise him and you receive it. Hallelujah.
Praise and give you glory today. We thank you for getting up. All power in your hands. And for that,
Oh, yes.
we are so grateful.
So grateful, Lord.
Who would want to serve a God like you? You've been better to us than we've been to ourselves.
Yes.
We can never pay you for all that you've done. But while we have this opportunity, we thank you. Will we tray out of the way? Send manna from heaven.
Yes.
And would overflow on your people on today. And speak life as only as you can. In Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
Amen.
While you standing, the lesson. Scriptures coming from Sunday school lesson, Luke 24, 1 through 12. The book of Luke, 24th chapter. Verses 1 through 12. The NIV reads, on the first day of the week, very early in the morning, the women took the spices they had prepared them into the tomb. They found the stone rolled away from the tomb. But when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus.
Right.
While they were wondering about this, suddenly two men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them. In their fright, the women bowed down with their faces to the ground. But the men said to them, why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Remember how he told you while he was still with you in Galilee.
Hallelujah.
The Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of sinners, be crucified, and on the third day be raised again.
Yes.
Then they remembered his words. When they came back from the tomb, they told all these things to the 11 and to all the others. It was Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Mary the mother of James, and the others with them who told this to the apostles. But they did not believe the woman because their words seemed to them like nonsense. Peter, however, got up and ran to the tomb. Bending over, he saw the stripes of the linen lying by themselves. And he went away wondering to himself what had happened. Now I know in our Sunday school lesson the title was the third day. If you allow me, I'm going to give you some excursions on the resurrection of Jesus. You may take your seats in the presence of the Lord. Well, I can say happy Easter to everyone on this morning. I must say you do look dapper and lovely on today. And I tell you what, since I'm pretty calm, I'm a pretty calm and laid back person. Anybody have their cell phones?
Yes.
Well, let's go ahead and get this selfie done. Come on. Because you know after the preacher you get all hot and bothered, some hairdos on fire and everything. So let's go and get this selfie out of the way. Because you look good. And if you don't have a cell phone, get next to somebody and come on get a selfie with them. Come on now. Because I'm looking around, I see people looking dapper, I see people going, somebody get my mama, because you know my mama don't have no song phone with the picture on it. Come on, everybody. You know my mama, they ain't trying to get all that new gadget stuff. You can borrow my cell phone if need be. Now come on, get the selfie, because you know how now girls, we won't be doing like one selfie, we're not doing 10. Just one. Get you one good one.
It was one.
Because you look good on this morning. You look happy. Everybody look happy on this morning. All right. Well, yeah. Get next to your hubby. Yeah, come on, Bill. If somebody use mine, you're more than welcome to. If you need to get a selfie in. Because it may change later on. You may come in looking one way. You may leave another way. So I want to get you while you yet sitting there peacefully. Because I know the move of God is already in this place. But just in case if you're moving you anymore, we would already had the selfie out the way. Because everybody looks so nice on this morning. All right. It's all good now? You saw that you're looking good? And do you feel good? Do you feel better? Better than ever? Better than ever. All right. You all look so wonderful today. So good to have you in the house of the Lord on this morning. Ooh-wee, you got up. With all power. And I really love when the young people were doing their Easter speeches, it really kind of reminded me of all the things that parents go through and preparing their kids. And I know times have changed. I know things are different now to where you just give the kid a speech that you better get learned. You better have, I don't want to know nothing about others. So you better have that speech for anything else. And to a child, it was almost like, I need to say this speech like I'm looking for a 2-piece with fries and a pepper. You have to say it like you really want something. And you would say that speech like, I'm trying to get the next game that's out there, that's coming up, it's going to be a GameStop, so I need to say my speech like I'm going to get that next game. You say it with an expectancy. To the young ladies, you would say that speech just like, I'm going to get ready to go to Forever 21, I know my mama going to buy whatever I need, and I'm going to say that speech like I need to. To the young man, I'm going to say that speech like I'm getting ready to go to Nordstrom's, give me some new shoes, so I'm going to get my speech down packed, and I'm going to say that speech. But even if that don't happen, you should say that speech like you know the Lord God got up with all power. Even if you don't get to go and buy and get to do this, but you should say it like Jesus got up just for you. That's what really happened. Because all the material things really don't mean nothing. It's all because of what God did.
Yes.
All right.
Hallelujah.
Let's get into this.
You got up.
I'm just going to share some important details on this morning. And basically, that's what the excursus is, the details of the resurrection. I have 3 questions that I'm going to share with you on today. What is the resurrection of Christ? What is the evidence for this resurrection of Jesus Christ? And then my final question is, why is the resurrection important?
All right.
Those 3 things, I would like to say that I'm going to give those to you before you leave on this morning.
Right.
Now, we can understand that the nature of Christ's resurrection by comparing it to the raising of Lazarus and the son of the widow at Nain. Now, if you notice in the book of John, 11th chapter, verses 38 to 44, when it speaks of Lazarus, and also the son of the widow at Nain in the book of Luke, the 7th chapter, verses 11 through 17. These 2 men were physically dead. But Jesus brought them back to life. They did not live forever in the body in which they returned from death. They eventually died physically. And they are physically dead today. Hear me on this. The resurrection of Jesus Christ was different. He died physical, but he returned to life. He did not return with the same physical body, but rather he received a new glorified body and became the first fruit of all who have died. See, he lives today in heaven and will continue to live for eternity. See, the resurrection of Jesus Christ is the historical event by which he came back from physical death to a new quality of life with a new glorified body. Never to die again. My other question, what's the evidence for the resurrection of Jesus Christ? First, the New Testament teaches that Jesus Christ was dead physically. His death occurred after at least 3 predictions to the event. A centurion observed his death and exclaimed, "Surely this man was the Son of God." See, other soldiers at the crucifixion observed that he was dead when they attempted to break his legs. And you have to keep in mind, these were professional soldiers who possessed the ability to observe and diagnose the presence of death. But Joseph of Arimathea received the body of Jesus for burial. Saints of God, if Jesus had been alive, Joseph would have noticed signs of life. Joseph wrapped the body of Jesus in the pungent spices that surely would have awakened Jesus if he had only fainted.
That's right.
So in other words, the spice that was so strong, it would have woke him up.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some of you, you probably had a chance to get some smelling salt. But what Joseph had, if Jesus was alive, it would have showed some signs.
All right.
See, we can say with confidence that Jesus Christ was dead. Amen, somebody.
Amen.
Jesus Christ was buried. Joseph of Arimathea buried him in a new cave cut from rock.
Yeah.
See, guards were placed at the tomb under the orders of Pontius Pilate, the governor. And it said a seal was placed on the tomb, which is a heavy stone was rolled in front of the opening. You had women followers of Jesus observe the location of his burial. Just an FYI, Jesus was buried in a tomb, and his followers observed the location. Another thing in regards to that is the tomb was empty. The New Testament explains that an earthquake occurred. An angel descended. An angel rolled away the stone. This incident left the guard detailed in a state of paralysis. See, the angel announced the resurrection to the women who had come to the tomb to complete the process of burial. See, Peter and John raced to the tomb to find it empty. See, the orderliness of the appearance of the burial clothing suggests that no one had stolen Jesus' body. See, instead, the empty tomb and the appearance of the grave clothing within convinced the beloved disciple that Jesus had arisen.
Yes.
See, the effort by the enemies of Jesus to bribe the guards at the tomb to lie about the disappearance of Jesus' body provides evidence for the resurrection. So you have these enemies that knew surely that some miracle had led to the disappearance of his body. And then you have the soldiers guarding the tomb could not possibly describe an incident which allegedly occurred while they slept. There's another point to ponder in that. The post-resurrection appearance of Jesus revealed the reality of the resurrection. See, these appearances occurred to many different groups of people, in many places, and at various times. This went on for 40 days. Women as they left the location of the tomb, and the 7 disciples as they were fishing. He also appeared to the largest, such as the entire body of disciples, and a group of over 500 believers. Moreover, these appearances occurred in different places, different times of the day. The variety of these appearances rules out any possibility that these signs were mere hallucinations.